Good evening and welcome to the Celtic Way Celtic v St Mirren lineup reaction and match preview. Pre-match, the Celtic team news is out, Ryan, for the Scottish Premiership clash against St Mirren at a rain-sodden Parkhead. Can see you in the background there with trying to stay clear of the elements at this moment in time. But yeah, team's out, Ryan. We didn't get it perfect, but we got some of it. Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have got it perfect tonight, judging by
No.
some of the changes that have been made. Interesting to say the least. Definitely plenty to talk about on this pre-match preview for sure.
So the Celtic team to face St Mirren that's running along the bottom, guys. It's Hart, Johnston, Phillips, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Turnbull, Forrest, Palmer and Kyogo. And the subs are Bain, Yang, Holm, Narovsky, O, Tomoki, Bernardo, Maeda and Ralston. Okay, we'll get the big one out the road there first, Ryan. James Forrest starts. I think your old dad predicted that on the morning briefing. And put him in his starting 11. I think I got 9 because I didn't put in Turnbull or Phillips, which would have been a surprise. But just thought the way that Brendan Rodgers was talking about James Forrest, I just thought that this was a game that was right for him to put him in the team. So he has done. So here's hoping he can be creative and conjure up a couple of goals himself or set up Kyogo or Palmer for goals. But yeah, maybe a bit of a surprise to a lot of people. I don't know. I try and connect dots and read between lines, and I called that one, but I didn't call Phillips or Turnbull. But I don't think a lot of people would have called those, Ryan, do you think?
No, I think the more surprising one out of the three, I would say those three big changes, I think the most surprising one is Nat Phillips, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah. Just because he's been he's been sort of put as the sort of emergency centre-back. We'll use him when we need to use him, or Celtic will use him when they need to use him, because he's not our player, he's Liverpool's player. He was brought in for a purpose to cover whilst the likes of Narovsky was getting back into the team, whilst Carter Vickers was out injured, Welsh was out injured. It would have been interesting to see if they would have went for that move. I don't think they would have went for that move if they knew that that people would be back so quickly. But now's his opportunity to stake a claim. I'm not sure if it's just tactical with Cameron Carter Vickers, or it's just a rest from the first team. But I'm hoping it's not an injury, because Cameron Carter Vickers is one of the players that Celtic have got to keep fit for the remainder of the season. You know, I think we've had enough of Carter Vickers being injured. Now we want to see a run until the end of the season of him playing 30-40 games. I hope it's not an injury. I guess we'll hear in the coming hours whether or not it is or not. But fingers crossed he's fine and he'll be okay.
Put my mic back on, that helps, doesn't it? So Ross Murphy first in. Evening, Ross. James Forrest masterclass in Covenant. I hope so. And starred a couple other comments here. Patrick McLaughlin first in with a scoreline 4-0 Kyogo Turnbull anytime scorers. Dennis Jameson saying the same as you. He hopes Cameron Carter Vickers is not injured. Natalie McMullen, where is Cameron Carter Vickers? That's what no doubt Brendan Rodgers will be asked at the end, or even before. Hazel Finn didn't see Cameron Carter Vickers in the training video. Is he injured or rested? Like to think he'd been rested. And Hazel also saying glad that she didn't guess the team, because she would have been nowhere near that starting lineup.
Not like anyone would have been.
Yeah,
I mean, there's your triple threat of Nat Phillips, David Turnbull, and James Forrest. Who would have had that? I bet you would have got good odds for those players being selected in the same team. A lot of changes, and you're hoping that doesn't affect the squad harmony. But at the same time, you know, Celtic are coming off the back of a draw, 2 draws in fact.
2 draws, so
they might as well change it if they think that's. Brendan Rodgers might as well change it if he thinks this is the best team of getting a result against St Mirren.
You don't dispute the manager's logic. He's clearly freshened it up and just given guys. But on the plus side, on the bench, Narovsky's back. Odin Thiago Holmes on the bench. We also said that we think he'll get minutes at some point. I think he'll a certainty to come on, at least get half an hour tonight, Ryan. And with Turnbull playing, I'm convinced that he might give Turnbull an hour and bring on Odin Thiago home for half an hour. Hopefully the game, we'll say done and dusted, but hopefully that Celtic are in a comfortable position at that point in time. But even if he has to bring Odin Thiago home on to make a difference and get a result, I'd be quite confident in them doing that.
Yeah, just looking at the subs bench at the bottom of the screen, it's just coming across the screen just now. I don't see any mention of Mikey Johnson, which shows that
Yes.
I think that shows you where he is in the pecking order just now. He's now having to work extra hard to get on the subs bench now for Celtic, which is a.
Well, I thought Brendan Rodgers' after-match quotes were because he was asked about Mikey Johnston, and someone said he made a really good impact when he came on, and his first comment was he's a bit hit and miss, and I was like, all right, and I think he was more erring on the miss side of things, so I'm not surprised to see Mikey Johnston drop out the squad altogether, because I just don't think Brendan Rodgers believes he did enough to justify being in the squad for a second consecutive game.
Yeah, I think the two players that are in the team off the back of Saturday's game are there on merit because they were two of Celtic's better players when they came onto the pitch. Forrest was making chances. Yes, he hit the post, or he hit the crossbar rather, and he was unlucky with that. But especially Turnbull. Turnbull in his short time on the pitch made 2 or 3 key passes in the game. He was trying to make things happen. Rodgers will get this information and the statistics and the metrics and all of that. He'll see all of this after the game. He'll have been told this by his analysts. Right, they had a good performance when they came onto the pitch. They're there due to merit. They're there due to freshening the team up. Let's hope that they take their opportunity and provide a bit of a headache for Brendan Rodgers. Because if they're doing that, then Celtic have got a good result off the back of it.
Players always scream about wanting their opportunity, don't they? So he's given the opportunity to a couple tonight. Made 3 changes: Turnbull in, Phillips in, and Forrest in. So let's see, as you say, how it transpires. Still quite confident that Celtic can win this match, Ryan. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. St Mirren are a form team, or one of the form teams. High flying St Mirren, 3 points behind Rangers in third spot, and they will come and make life difficult, very difficult for you. But I'm still confident in the players. I mean, the players that are coming in, it's not as if they're alien to what's going on. They train every day with the first team. They know they're well drilled. They'll be well disciplined, and he's probably told them in the immediate aftermath of the Hibs game, get yourself ready for Wednesday. You'll be playing. I'm assuming that's what the manager will have done. And then on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they'll have been working on that shape and style and how they're going to impose themselves on St Mirren in this game tonight. I'm positive of that, because when he was asked about changes on Monday, he was a bit coy about it all, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So that kind of lended me to think that he might make some changes. But the one I thought was glaring, to me anyway, was James Forrest coming in. I just felt that was what he was kind of alluding to, but I didn't see Phillips or Turnbull coming in. So that's taken me completely and utterly blindsided me and blindsided a lot of Celtic supporters, I suppose. But just as long as there's not too much disruption to the rhythm of Celtic and the way they've been playing, especially at home. And so I'm quite confident that team has got enough in its locker to win this match, Ryan. And I still think that they've got quality on the bench to come on and see the job through if it's not going their way, or the result is not panning out the way they want it after an hour or so.
Yeah, and there's my light going off 2 wee seconds. I'll go on and off, or off and on rather. I noticed that you said when we play at home we're playing well. I had to think back to when the last time Celtic played at home in terms of the league. Would that be the Kilmarnock game? Am I right in thinking that's the Kilmarnock?
Yeah.
What is going on with that? Let's be honest. A bit of a side note. It's been a bit of a while since Celtic played Kilmarnock. I've been to Tenerife and back in Celtic. This is the first domestic game that they're playing. It's good that there'll be a good run of games coming up. Well, I mean, they're going away to Dingwall on Saturday, but it looks as if there'll be more home games than away games, which is good. Feels like we've hardly been at Celtic Park, to be perfectly honest with you, just due to the way the games have been going. I know there's been Champions League games against Lazio and Atletico Madrid, but it's good to be back at Celtic Park on a midweek. Let's get this league back on track. Yes, it was a bit of a disappointment on Saturday, but they've got the opportunity to put pressure on. A good resounding win that'll make its way to Dens Park, I'm sure. And you've got to put that pressure on.
Yep.
Celtic have just got to keep on winning. I know they drew the last game, but they need to get back on a winning run. and just maintain that gap that has been forming over the past few months. We can't give other teams any motivation to get closer to Celtic. They've got to really maintain it and try and extend it, and the only way they can do that is by keeping on winning games and hoping that other teams slip up. As long as Celtic do their business and take care of their own, control the controllables, as we say, then they should be okay.
Now, Francis Leicester comes in. He's not encouraged by the lineup. Let's be honest, this is a poor lineup, and he's got a really bad feeling about tonight. St Mirren are in their best run result for years and are very strong. He doesn't like the lineup. We shall reconvene on that, Francis. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's why I've read it out. And he comes in with the caveat: hope he's wrong.
I hope he is as well.
I think most Celtic supporters are hoping you're wrong, Francis. Helen Feek coming in morning. There you go. Force of habit. Evening, Helen. How you doing? Come on, boys. Give us a result tonight. Gary Patterson also comes in. Hate this lineup. And Michael Ross saying, Money Hoops 3 points incoming. So, lots of differing opinions here, Ryan, and coming in. So, on you go.
I've got to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the lineup myself, but I'm trying to stay on the optimistic side. I did think that maybe Maeda would be on the bench tonight, just due to the amount of games that he's played. I know he had that fatigue, which meant that he didn't go on international duty, but he does basically start every game for Celtic, so it's a good opportunity for him to start on the bench, maybe come on. I know he'll come on the pitch for the last half an hour or so, he'll still get game time, maybe just a bit less, and manage his minutes ahead of the weekend, because I think the weekend's probably a more important game for Maeda than tonight. Because if you go to any away ground, you're going to have to defend and be resolute, and I think that'll be Maeda's job at the weekend. But good opportunity for James Forrest tonight. Brendan Rodgers in the pre-match is saying that he's still the fastest player at the club. I don't know if Maeda was feeling ill that day or didn't run up to usual standards. Who can keep up with Maeda? There can't be anybody that's faster than Maeda. Or maybe it's down to the duration in which he was running for. Maybe it was more long distance than anything else. But testament to James Forrest. He's still kept himself in really good nick, and seems as if the injuries are away for him now. He's more often than not named on that bench, and he's getting game time. It's up to him to make a difference when he gets his opportunity to start tonight, because you don't think it'll be every week that James Forrest starts. In an ideal world, you'd want maybe younger players to be playing on the wing. That's not being ageist, that's just being honest. But in games like this where it might just be like another striker out wide, if he gets a chance, he needs to take it.
I go back to it. Always the manager watches these guys in training, and clearly James Forrest has been impressing them because he's mentioned his attitude before, and people can learn off him. So he's got his reward tonight, as I said he would in the predicted 11. So Scott Howe coming in 2-0 Celtic, and he asked why Maeda's not starting. You've touched upon it there, so hopefully he was listening to you there. Jordan McFarlane coming in. He likes the lineup, get the boys some game time, gives others a rest. It's a long season. Really busy period coming up. Celtic need the whole squad. Lineup's easily good enough to win the game. My thoughts and sentiments exactly. You're talking about someone quicker than Dyson Maeda. John Hartson reckoned Didier Agathe was quicker than Dyson Maeda. I'd love to see the two of them in a sprint. That'd be an excellent tussle. In their heyday, that is. Didier Agathe's a wee bit older now. So Sean Stout saying stronger than any other starting lineup our league has. Have faith in the hoops. So, and lots of comments coming in. 3-1 Celtic says Michael Ross. Hazel Finn.
Everybody get your predictions on.
Forrest to score. Forrest to score. Stephen saying Forrest was great on Saturday. Give him his chance. Craig White CSC coming in with Forrest with a well-deserved start. He's saying, and Eric Rodas, Palma Grande Celtic. There you go.
I think we've got some Honduras fans in as well, which is great. That's great. More eyes on Celtic. Never complain about that.
Broad church here. Anybody's welcome. You know that. Northampton Tim. Anyone will do. Sean Stout 3-1 Celtic. Ross Murphy saying you can see it either being 0-0 or 3-0. There you go.
There's no middle ground there.
There's no middle ground there, exactly. There's none at all there. Brendan Gallagher, come on Celtic tonight. Let's go out and show that last weekend just a bad day to the office. Great to see him giving players a rest. Indeed it is. Stephen, 5-4 Celtic. Brendan Gallagher, 4-0 Celtic. And Marquis saying, let's hear the crowd tonight. Now, Ryan, you'll be there. the Green Brigade won't be there, so you'll maybe be writing in your instant analysis about the atmosphere. I'm sure that'll come into your thinking on that, so you can let people know all about that. And it's about 15 minutes we've been on. Guys, we as you know, we have a new sponsor on all the Celtic Way briefings, and that sponsor is MPH Group. And as you can see from the strap line, there are, for all your plumbing, heating, kitchen and bathroom needs, MPH Group are the people to go to. And this briefing is brought to you by MPH Group. They're Scotland's award-winning, family-run, all-trade specialist covering all of mainland Scotland. And every service you opt for automatically enters you into MPH's incredible holiday giveaway, and you could win a 7-night stay at the luxurious 5-star Moon Palace Resort in Cancun, Mexico. And they also currently have a winter deal available regarding boiler installation for just £1,795, which includes a free Hive thermostat, free first-year service, up to 12 years of warranty, a magnetic filter included, and flexible finance options from as little as £5 a week. You can check MPH Group out on the description in this video. All the links are there and their phone number. And we say thank you to MPH Group for being a sponsor of the Celtic Way briefings. Now, Ryan, your own prediction. What are you predicting for tonight?
I think much like one of the comments that was up there, anyone will do, especially after two draws.
Northampton Tim, I think, said that. Anyone will do.
I think it's like a play on Joseph's amazing technical dream. Any dream will do, anyone will do. I'll take that. As a changed lineup, you'd be expecting to see maybe a wee bit of disjointedness due to that. Players coming back into the team. It's a new player in defence, a new player in midfield, and then a new player in the attacking areas. I suppose that is more manageable rather than making wholesale changes in every single position. If you just put one player in for each sort of section of the pitch, then it should be easier to maintain and easier to get a flow going. But I'm not expecting it to be straight away. It might take time in the game. St Mirren are under one of the best managers in the league, in my opinion, in Stephen Robinson. I think he's a really, really good operator. He's one of the best managers in the league. And look at the points that St Mirren have got. I think it's 18 points. 18 points in 9 games. Celtic should be winning every game at home. It's just a fact, to be honest. But at the same time, you've got to earn your wins as well when you're playing at home, even if you're playing at home. And St Mirren will be coming expecting to put on a bit of a performance themselves and try and get points. They'll have been disappointed at the way it turned out against Rangers at their own home, so they'll be thinking, here's a chance to get another scalp away from home against Celtic. I'm not going to say it's a free hit for them because they're up there and they deserve to be up there in third place, so it's third v first. I'm looking forward to it. It feels like a big game because of the way that St Mirren have been playing and the way that they've been handling themselves this season.
Yes.
Celtic are going to need to work to win this game, and that might actually work in their favour because they can't just turn up and win. They need to go and play their best in order to get a result.
I'm glad that Celtic need to work, Ryan. Nothing's handed to you. You have to earn it. So I want to see
It'd be boring. It would be boring.
Yeah, of course. And here's one for you, Michael Russin. Has Ryan got his tifo ready for the game? I hope he starts some of this singing. There you go. How's your voice, Ryan?
Maybe the jacket will be the tifo tonight. I don't know. No, I'll be sitting in my north stand seat, and there is the lights going off. It's like an episode of Take Me Out or something.
No likey, no lighty.
No, it's clear the car doesn't like it, so the light is turned off. But it's going to be really weird tonight. I think the boys on the opposite end, diagonally, are going to need to make the noise double the amount of noise because the Green Brigade are the sort of heartbeat of the atmosphere. It's just annoying the way that things have transpired. I don't want to take too many sides with regard to that, but it is going to have an effect on the game tonight. You're just hoping that people feed off of that, or people realise that there needs to be an atmosphere, and there's a bit of singing and there's a bit of atmosphere. Because they can always. It's such a cliche, but it's true. They are the 12th man on the pitch, and with that atmosphere, with the whipping up of an atmosphere, they can make things happen for sure.
Well, I think St Mirren have got an added advantage before they step out onto the pitch, that the atmosphere might not be as raucous as they might have expected. So it's up to the rest of the Celtic supporters to provide what the Green Brigade do. Paddy comes in and he's saying he'll take 1-0 even if it hits Kyogo's hin end. That's Glasgow kind of slang for if it hits his bottom and goes in. Natalie McMullen saying 3-0 Celtic. Celtic Girl saying 2-0 Celtic. And Brendan Gallagher coming in and saying, well said, Stephen Robinson is a good manager. St Mirren are going strong, but Celtic should be winning their home games. I admire the job that Stephen Robinson did at Motherwell. Also admire the job he's doing at St Mirren. He's been a thorn in the flesh of Celtic, Stephen Robinson, as a manager of both Motherwell and St Mirren. So you know exactly what you're coming up against. Jai come in saying Iwata not starting is criminal. I wouldn't say it's criminal. It's just it's up to the manager to decide who comes in.
That's what happens.
I get
it's
what
what
you mean
happens when you've got a number 6. When you've got a number 6 that plays every single game.
So,
I think there's a wider argument that says that Callum McGregor shouldn't be playing as many games and Iwata should be stepping in when required. But I think that's an argument for another day, to be honest.
Michael the boy, 3 points the main objective. It's always the main objective, isn't it? 3 points. And Thomas McBrearty coming in and saying 6-0 Scales scoring. Is that like the overhead kick Scales that were due at some point? But yeah,
the thing is, he mentioned Scales there. Is Scales scoring all 6 of them? He's only mentioned one goal scorer.
He didn't elaborate. He just said Scales scoring. So
I'm going to take that as face value. I get 6 goals from Liam Scales tonight. All bicycle kicks. More bicycle kicks than Halford's.
Indeed. Now we've been on air for about 22 minutes. Just build up to the game. It's just after 7:05 kickoff at 7:45. Edward Moore coming in. Hopefully St Mirren will get tired. Then Maida will come on and he's taking Kyogo to score. Thomas McBrearty saying a Forrest hat trick. So he's got a Forrest hat trick and a Scales goal. There you go. So that's 4 of them. Don't know who the other 2 scorers will be.
Come back in and tell us the other 2.
Francis Lester saying if the boys use their head, they could become the real team cheerleaders without all the political rubbish, and at the same time saves Celtic thousands in fines. Again, another argument altogether. I think everybody collectively just needs to rally around the team tonight and cheer them on to a result. Underestimating Scales there, Ryan, just as 6. It's either a knowledgeable and humorous bunch on this Celtic Way comment section. I love the banter. It's brilliant. We love the to and fro, guys. We love reading as many comments as we can out on live on air, and we can't do it without you. And that's why every day we say, every time we do this, we ask you to hit that subscribe button if you like what we do. Hit the YouTube subscribe button as well for the videos. You'll get notifications when we're on. But hit that subscribe button and help us provide top quality football journalism covering the club you love. It's £4 for 4 months, or why not take out a yearly subscription? Costs you £18. But hit that subscribe button, www.celticway.co.uk/subscribe. That's www.celticway.co.uk/subscribe. We can't do it without you. We need your continued support. We rely and we love your continued support, and it lets us do what we do on a daily basis from 10 o'clock-ish, Ryan, isn't it? 10 o'clock-ish?
Yes, absolutely. 10-ish, yep.
10-ish, yeah.
10:05.
Sean Connery time, yeah, something like that,
That's that, absolutely.
And Michael, the boy's asking the question, do we think the missing of the Green Brigade will affect the atmosphere at the game, boys? Go on, Ryan.
We know it will.
Yeah, we know it will.
Because we've seen it before, unfortunately. This is the problem. When you ban probably the noisiest members of the support, the ones that are guaranteed to give you an atmosphere in the game, regardless of what you think about them or what they stand for or what they talk about, they do make a lot of noise and they bring the atmosphere. And without them, Celtic Park can be quite a quiet place, especially on a midweek against St Mirren. No disrespect to St Mirren, but everything's going against this game in terms of the weather, in terms of the middle of the week. We're getting up towards November, December time. People are starting to decide what games to go to rather than maybe go to the mall. So there is a lot of factors that are going against it. You're just hoping that it's a big crowd tonight and everybody takes a sort of collective mindset or hive mind of everybody to just generate a bit of noise. Just treat it like another Champions League game. I know it's not, but just treat it like that because it is going to be a bit of a tough task with the atmosphere.
I think
what's coming. You know what's coming.
I think the rest of Celtic supporters have got a duty and responsibility to lift the players tonight in the absence of the Green Brigade. And I think to to a man, woman and child, they will do that. I think they'll rally the team in that sense and collectively be united behind the team, because it's a powerful force when that happens. You saw it at Tynecastle, you saw it at Command, you saw it against Atletico Madrid as well. I mean, I think the Celtic supporters, they'll miss the Green Brigade, they'll miss what they bring, but I think the rest of the supporters know exactly what's at stake tonight, so they'll get right behind them. A unifying, powerful force, Ryan. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the Celtic supporters react, and they will not let the team down. They will, from kickoff.
I hope not.
Be there with them, and Francis Leicester, definitely Tony, 3 points a minimum requirement. Come on, you boys in green. Hazel Finn said, I quoted this myself today in an article. Hazel, as Jockstein saying, football with the fans is nothing. Hope it all gets sorted soon. That was my sentiments exactly. And Michael the boy saying, correct, Anthony. Yeah, I have no problem. I have no qualms about the Celtic supporters tonight and their own performance. Again, if you were on the website, you'll have read my thoughts on the Green Brigade ban. I hope that can be resolved amicably and soon, and we can all move on from it. Michael Ross saying that the Celtic supporters are the best in the world, so let's prove it. And Daniel, what a miserable night, says Daniel Peoples. Ryan, you can confirm that it's a miserable night, can't you? Because you're live from Parkhead.
I can, yes. Let me see if I can turn the camera. I'm not going to turn the camera, but in fact I will. It is a very miserable night at Parkhead or roundabout. You can probably see the rain on the window. It has been raining pretty much non-stop today. There's been a couple of moments where it hasn't rained, but yeah, miserable night, but perfect conditions for football, I will maintain. I think it's absolutely perfect. You know, the slide, the wateriness of the grass, you know, perfect for slide tackles, terrible for defenders, but brilliant for slide tackles, great for attackers who are looking to profit on maybe mistakes from the defensive players on the ground. So it's always an exciting game, you know, when the floodlights are on. I always think the rain adds to the atmosphere and adds to not going to the game. I don't like getting soaked, and I don't like getting soaked coming back to my car, but in between, when I'm just under a roof and I'm watching the game and you can see the rain pelting down, I think that really adds to everything. I don't know about you, Tony, but I do like the rain in football.
Don't mind it, as long as as long as we're talking about headers and volleys and goals and a Celtic win, 3 points at the end of it all, Ryan.
As long as it's raining goals,
then we'll play in any condition. I don't particularly care. So there you go. But yes, indeed, Brendan Gallagher, Celtic were named the best supporters in the world by FIFA, so let's show them why they won that award. Hail, hail, come on, you boys in green, and Glasgow's green and white. He's saying, there you go. Nice one. So yeah, it's we await to see what happens tonight. St Mirren are the visitors, and can't wait for it. 3 changes to the starting lineup. Nat Phillips is in, David Turnbull's in, James Forrest is in. We shall see. Rodgers isn't known to be a tinker man. He's tinkered with it tonight, Ryan. Here's hoping that it all works out. It all's well that ends well, as they say, Ryan.
I know there was another Leicester manager that liked to tinker just a little bit more than Brendan Rodgers did. I think was it Brendan Rodgers? No, it was a couple of managers after that, actually. Claudio Ranieri definitely was the tinker man at Leicester.
Yes.
He doesn't really tinker as much, Brendan Rodgers, but when it is required and when he sees fit, then he's not afraid to shake it up a bit, which is quite good. Hopefully those changes in turn, they mean that Celtic get a positive result tonight. You know, first win in 3, that's what I want to be talking about tonight, rather than
anything else.
A Barden run going on. Celtic to win by 3. That's what I'm going for.
You taking 3 Celtic to win by 3, but not actually saying a scoreline, but just to win by 3.
I'm going to go 4-1.
4-1, okay. John by 1888. The surface will be great for zipping that ball about quickly and hopefully scoring a few goals. It most certainly will, and I hope that Celtic can score a few goals. And I'm going to say 3-0, Ryan. There you go. Oh,
we were doing so well there. We were doing so well. That was the first time it's cut off tonight. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm going to say 4-1. 4-1 is going to be the
4-1 Celtic for yourself. Okay.
I can see St Mirren have been scoring goals, so I expect them maybe to continue that unless Celtic defend really, really well. But there are changes in the defence, so there is a change in defence, so that could maybe come to deter Celtic or be a negative sort of standpoint. But I do expect Celtic to come out flying. Maybe not even come out flying. Maybe play 20 minutes, get the feel of the game, and then strike when required. But they'll get more than enough firepower on that pitch and on the bench to score a couple of goals tonight. So I'm going to go for 4-1.
4-1. Excellent. Jacqueline Carson, slippers on, watching the game on telly. Think you need a wee cough bottle, Tony. I've needed a cough bottle for a wee while now, to be fair. Getting there.
A wee spoonful of Titsy Licks. That's what you need. Or Calpol.
Something. I'm not 100%, let's put it that way, but we're getting through it. And Northampton, Tim Connan saying, let's get behind the team tonight. Hail, hail, the Celtic way. That's very kind. Thank you very much. And Tony Daverin comes in. St Mirren are in form, so a tough game. 2-1 Celtic. Michael the boy, expect a tough game. St Mirren are not a bad outfit. They're well organised. Yep, we have warned Celtic that they're a well organised team, and Stephen Robinson has got them playing well. So yeah, I'm sure Brendan Rodgers will be well aware of the threat that St Mirren pose. Right, Ryan, 7:15. I'll let you go, sir, and get yourself in and seated and see what the lie of the land is at Celtic Park, minus the Green Brigade. Might be eerie, it'll certainly be a wee bit different, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully 3 points, and we'll get back to discussing this later on in the evening. Hopefully Celtic have got their first win in 3 games. That would be very, very welcomed at this stage for sure.
We'll be back as soon as we can after transcribing press conferences, etc., after the game. But we will let you know. You'll get notifications on when we're coming on, but we'll try and be as quick as we can, guys. All right. Christopher Patterson just saying, Brendan said in Sports United said tonight's game CCV was always going to be left out, so it doesn't sound like he's got an injury. Thank you for that.
And breathe. I can go in a wee bit more positive about this game than I was. Cameron Carter-Vickers, the safety net. He is the safety net, and I'm just glad that there's nothing underlying.
Brilliant. Guys, take care. We shall reconvene after the game. Hopefully you can join us on the Celtic way. So we hope for a Celtic win, as you say, Ryan, to be talking about a Celtic way. Enjoy your evening. I always say it's result dependent, isn't it? It's always result dependent. Ryan, thank you for joining us, mate. I know the conditions aren't great, but take care and enjoy the game, sir. All right?
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. See you later.